Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are very excited to have you all here. This will be an opportunity for both of us to learn from each other and grow together. Today, we have gathered in this platform to celebrate Swachhta Pakhwara, which is organized from 1st to 15th of September. Bharat Mata Kare Pukar, Aas Paas Ka Karo Sudhar. Hello, I am Kuburi Krishna Bora from MSc Biotechnology, final year. Let's take a moment to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Satrughan Bharadwaj, MA, MAd, MPhil, LLB, PGDGC, PhD, NET UGC. He has done a doctorate in nonviolence and peace education and LLB from Rajasthan and MA, MPhil in political science from Central University of Haryana, India. He has been working as a senior faculty in MGNCRE, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Before joining, he served as an assistant professor in PG College. He is a resource person in Haryana Institute of Rural Development and visiting faculty in various universities. He is a recipient of many national awards and relevances. Today, his talk will focus on the topic higher education institutions and Swachhta. I want to thank our speaker for taking his valuable time to share his knowledge with us all. Now, without any further ado, let's begin the webinar.
थैंक यू मैडम जी। थैंक यू। तो क्या अब मैं स्टार्ट कर सकता हूँ मैडम जी?
जी सर।
Okay, thank you. First of all, I welcome all of you on the behalf of MGNCRE Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Government of India. I congratulate all of you that you are very dedicated uh, and very committed for the Swachhta as, as in higher education institutions. Dear friends, you know very well, across the country, all the higher education institutions, it may be a university, private universities, deemed to universities, central universities, colleges, or other institutions, are very actively participating across the country in the Swachhta activity. And or this is the main purpose. Swachh Campus Initiative is the it is the based on the Swachh Campus Initiative. After it, we will go to the community. So today we will be talk about the what is the role of the higher education institutions in the Swachhta uh, and what are the activities which are beneficial for the society and communities. Uh, you know very well, Ministry of Education is very interested or implementing various schemes for the Swachhta and Swachh campus because you know very well the Swachh campus is the Swachh campus is the primary purpose of the higher education department, that when we will be Swachh, uh, we can give the lesson, we can be model for the others, just like a community or the individual. So that is why MGNCRE develop a Swachh campus manual. You know, आप सभी इस चीज को भी जानते हैं कि the each every year the Swachhta ranking also awarded by the Ministry of Education uh, uh, for the central universities, state universities, residential universities, private universities in different categories. The main purpose of this award to motivate the higher education institution for the Swachhta. Dear friends, you know very well, there are some basic ideas. There is some basic plan which lead all the Swachhta activities. You know very well, uh, the first requirement is that let me try to understand what is Swachh campus. Master plan for Swachh Campus initiative. Each and every institute, it may be university or college or different form of the uh, institute, that they will develop their master plan for the forthcoming session or the year. Strategies proposed for bringing environmental sustainability to campus of Indian universities and higher education institutions. Why such campus manual? But why it is needed? Uh, you know very well, where there is a ownership, where there is a ownership, whether it is community or personal, there is a commitment to keep a place clean. This ownership and taking of responsibility needs to be codified and recorded in formal institutions. That is where a manual is required. A manual or a standard operating procedure identifies the responsibilities of the persons and indicates the uh, process, जो इसका जो सारा प्रोसेस होता है, जो चीज वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट है, डिफरेंट मैनेजमेंट है, उन सभी का, दिस standard operating procedure manual on Swachh campus is for supporting this task of promoting cleanliness on the campus and promoting a culture of taking responsibility to keep the campus clean through continuous monitoring and practice. This is expected to become a habit when the student reaches his home. Our behavior expectations at home from self as well as neighbors will get shaped and modified accordingly. So we can say a charity begins at home. जब हमारा कैंपस साफ सुथरा होगा, आ, तो हमारे अंदर ये वैल्यूज इनकलकेट होगा कि हम जिस प्रकार के इन्वायरमेंट में हायर एजुकेशन प्राप्त कर रहे हैं, तो सब वैल्यूज हमारे अंदर आएंगे। और वेर एवर वी विल गो, चाहे हम किसी संस्था में जा रहे हैं, परिवार में जा रहे हैं, एज ए लीडर बन करके जा रहे हैं, एज ए एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर बन करके जा रहे हैं, एज ए टीचर बन करके जा रहे हैं, तो हायर एजुकेशन के साथ साथ हमारे अंदर जो ये सभी प्रकार की जो वैल्यूज इनकलकेट हुआ है, ये सब आफ्टर इट जो वेयर वी will be responsible for the particular situation or the particular duty, there we will be reflect it through our behavior or the activities or the action as a team spirit. तो ये सब बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है फ्रेंड्स। इसके बाद आप देखोगे, स्वच्छ भारत campaign was launched by the government of India to create this system of maintaining cleanliness 24 into 7 into 365 and involving the spirit of the uh, uh, जितने भी जो भी हमारी कम्युनिटीज हैं, जितने जो इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, उन सभी की स्पिरिट में इस चीज को डालना, कि वो सभी इन चीजों में बड़े कमिटमेंट और डेडिकेशन के साथ वो चीज कर सके। Campus of educational institutions have different and difficult type of waste, like those of health, center waste, furniture waste, building waste, food waste, kitchen waste, lab waste, office waste, and hostel waste. There are various type of waste. तो इस मैनुअल्स के माध्यम से, स्वच्छ कैंपस के माध्यम से हम इन चीजों को जानेंगे कि जो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वेस्ट है हमारे कैंपस में, हम उसको कैसे मैनेज करेंगे। दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट। डियर फ्रेंड्स, यू नो वेरी वेल, स्कूल और कॉलेज और द यूनिवर्सिटी इज द मिनिएचर ऑफ द कम्युनिटी। कैंपस इज ए मिनी विलेज। Those in the campus of educational institutions stay there for learning, and hence inculcation of such habit is a duty of these educational institutions. Habit inculcation is possible through experience and practice. So that is why the role of the higher education institution in Swachhta is very crucial and important, because you know very well the ultimate aim of the education to welfare the society, to serve the community, to serve the nation. During our the process of the higher education, the passage of the higher education, when we will acquire or we will adopt the habit of the swasta, uh, or these values will be inculcated in our behavior. It means higher education institutions are playing very important role inculcation switch the habit and switch values in our behavior. This is the first point. Dear friends, you know very well community higher education institution is a lighthouse for the community in the sense of the teaching, research, and community engagement. There are various programs such as National Service Scheme, National Cadet Corps, Swachhta Action Plan, Swachh Bharat Mission, Red Cross, and Youth Red Cross. Uh, there are various type of clubs which is based on the community engagement. And you also know before almost 4 years, there was a circular on the behalf of the University Grant Commission to all the higher education institutions that minimum to credit of the community engagement must be inculcated in the curriculum through the Board of Management, Board of Studies, and maximum 4 credit. It is mandatory, it is very compulsory. So we can say this is also a a sportive step of the government of India uh, to the higher education institution, that we will try to uplift, we will try to enrich all the activities and action of the Swachhta, not only in the campus but outside the campus. It is higher education are higher education institutions are working in dual mode. First of all, they are taking switch campus initiatives as well as uh, community approach for community approach in the sense of such initiatives. So we can say Switch Campus initiative builds not only community hygiene but also public health in over 6 lakhs 55,000 villages of India. Most of our higher education students are from these villages. These students impact their home, neighborhood, and workplace later. It is this contact Switch SOP manual is prepared at this instance, at the instance of the higher education department in the Ministry of Education by the MGNCRE government of India. You know very well when our Union Minister Sri Prakash Javadekar uh, launch of such campus manual for the all higher education institution as a model manual. But it is not mandatory that we all higher education follow this manual. You can develop. These are just the guidelines. And other higher education institutions, it may be central universities, state public universities, deemed universities, state private universities, different type of the institutions hai, they can develop their own Swachh campus manual as per environment, as per local requirement, need. So that will be more that will be the best for the particular institution. Uh, for the first time, the authorities of public as well as private industries and higher education institutions took part in the conference. They included Vice Chancellor of the all central university, state public universities, deemed to be universities, state private university, directors of central institutes such as Indian Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Management, Indian Institute of Sciences, uh, Indian Institute of Science and Education Research, triple ITs, NITs, and other central institutions. और सभी ने इसमें बहुत अच्छे से बात किया. As let we about the discuss on the objectives. What is the objective of the Switch campus? You know very well. Switch campus uh, it is a ideal book for the Swachhta for the higher education institutions inside the campus or outside the campus. This launch was a stepping stone for the promoting participation of higher education institutions in sanitation, hygiene, water conservation, which are national prime requisites for the development. Along with education, Swachhta is the most precious lessons that can be learned in an educational institution as it defines their personalities. The government the government had done Swachhta ranking as a measure to create peer pressure among educational institutions to the first convert themselves into Swachh campus. अ, जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि सबसे पहले हम अपने कैंपस को स्वच्छ करेंगे, अपने विद्यार्थियों में वैल्यूज इनकलकेट करेंगे, हमारी फैकल्टीज इस चीज को जानेंगी, आफ्टर इट हम कम्युनिटी में अप्रोच करेंगे. सो दैट इज वाई this is cited here that the along with the education society the most precious lesson that can be learned in education it defines their personality. The government had done Swachhta ranking as a measure to create peer pressure among the education institutions to the first convert themselves into Swachh campus and then spread the awareness and capacity to chosen of campus habitants to approach the community. The exercise served to glance higher education institutions first into the introspection, खुद में झांक के देखना है, introspection and appraisal of their campus cleanliness and then to stimulate corrective action to achieve benchmark in hygiene. ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट आज साथियों. इसके साथ ही इसमें बताया कि hygiene parameters include student toilet ratio, water availability and purity, hostel kitchen hygiene, garbage disposal frequency and techniques, campus green cover and others. A substantive and qualitative relative framework in campuses parameters such as utilization of water, rain, water harvesting, utilization of solar energy, and other aspects which have a direct bearing on the resource utilization efficiency in a campus. And higher education institution is expected to transform itself into an example of environmental consistency, contributing to the various factors of ecological balance in its daily functioning. तो ये बड़े इसके आस्पेक्ट है, बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट आस्पेक्ट है फ्रेंड्स. यू कैन path to a Swachh campus. अब ये दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट, हाउ वी विल लीड टू द Swachh campus. देखिए, एक ग्रीन कैंपस बी इट इन स्कूल, कॉलेज, institution or university is no longer a fact but a clear mandate in India and the several other progressive nations where environmental awareness is growing by the day. In simple terms, a green campus aims to make environmental awareness and action an integral part of the life and ethos of those administrating, learning or teaching in school, institution, college or universities. उन सभी से ये रास्ता गुजर करके जाएगा. इसके बाद आप देखो ग्रीन कैंपस. साथियों, यू नो वेरी वेल, आज के समय में जो हम हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन का कोई रैंकिंग लेके आता है, चाहे हम नेक का इंस्पेक्शन कराते हैं या डिफरेंट जो डिफरेंट आपकी जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं जो क्वालिटी को मेजर करती, क्वालिटी को इंश्योर करती हैं, वो सभी इस चीज़ को इंश्योर करती हैं कि वो वहाँ पे ग्रीन कैंपस कितना है, इसका बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंस है। एज पर द यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन नोटिफिकेशन, देखिए आपके सामने ये लिखा भी है, एक ग्रीन कैंपस is in higher education community with optimum land use, environmental planning, and resource management, improving energy efficiency, conserving resources, enhancing environmental quality including habitat preservation, healthy living environment, use of renewable energy, and management of waste and water recycling. The buildings within the campus should be based on green building concepts to the extent possible. Uh, After it, you can see this Swachh Campus initiative invest by the Department of Higher Education in the Ministry of Education, Government of India, for higher education institutions and universities, mirrors the principles of green institutions and endeavors to extend learning beyond the classroom to inculcate and develop responsible attitudes, habits, and lasting commitment to Swachhta, be it at home, on the campus, or in the water community. Higher education institutions enjoy the tremendous autonomy in terms of all their internal affairs. They are virtually insulted from most of the day-to-day regulations to which cleanliness, business, industries, and others are subject to with close monitoring and accountability. The the prerogative of the universities with the vice chancellors, head of the higher education institutions, presiding over the system as the final authority at the springboard to Swachh campus. With the concept of Swachh campus uh, ingrained in the consciousness of everyone, unremitting efforts are required to be made by higher education institutions through faculty, staff, students to make action in cleanliness for one second nature. What can in higher education institutions, what can in higher education institution do? Build consciousness on the need for maintaining a clean and green campus among campus leaders at students level, faculty level, and campus level. Facilitate design of specific institutions for making the campus clean and green by following international standard and accepted parameters, monitoring the existing environmental performance of the campus in a participatory and transparent way, present a step-by-step guide for making the campus clean and green, generate case studies on best such practice adopted on the campus which can serve as models for other institutions to adopt. Uh, After it, you can see a green campus team effort. एक टीम एक सामूहिक प्रयास की बात करता है. A core team consists of the leadership of the institutions along with key stakeholders may be formed. The team will work as a switch core team, Swachhta core team. The team would be involved in all aspects of fact finding, planning, taking actions, and decoding. The team will also include students' teams, their faculty apart from administrative officials concerned. Uh, One or two interested or environmentally uh, inclined faculty members may be given the responsibility to helm the Swachh campaign in the departments. The team, the Swachh faculty, will select a group of enthusiastic students from their own department to be part of the core campaign team called Swachh Students Team. Swachh faculty and Swachh student team from Swachh monitors. The Swachh monitors will report to a team of campus officials representing accounts, administrating and maintenance divisions with an avoid interest in the Swachh initiative, Swachh admin team. So that is why we are citing here is the most important for a green campus. The entire program will run under direction from designated authority that will set the policies, rules and directive for bringing changes. External source team members need to be identified from neighboring colleges, universities, and institutions. Monitor the progress at regular interval and conduct peer review. Who should be involved in the Switch Campus initiative? Vice chancellors, directors, and principals, deans and head of the department, registrar, head of the non-teaching staff, dean, faculty, dean students affairs, faculty members, professor, associate professor, assistant professor, and adjunct faculty, NSS coordinator or a designated official. Who should be involved in the Swachh Campus initiative? Building maintenance manager, dining hall canteen manager, research associates, residents of campus, commercial firms, non-profit organizations, partners, institutions and agencies. Partnering with institutions and agencies for such campus. Uh, uh, Dear colleagues, you know very well there are various agencies are working on the upper level as lower level in this field. Funding agencies, state and central regulatories and finance agencies and ministries like Ministry of Education, Water Resources, Sanitation, Forest and Environment, as well as All India Council for Technical Education. Donors में alumni होता है, NGOs, private डोनेशंस काफ़ी करते हैं एंड कॉरपोरेट हाउसेज भी इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. नॉन एनजीओज, नॉन प्रॉफिट, नॉन गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एनपीओज, नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, अवेयरनेस कैंपेन फॉर कनेक्टिंग टू एक्सटर्नल वेंडर्स एंड सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स, public policy groups and think tanks. Assistance, guidance may be sought from Green Building Council, Center for Science and Environment, and Councils on Energy, Environment and Water. Media and celebrities, long-term collaboration with media and celebrities to mobilize the campus residents. Government, the campus can benefit from relevant government scheme, making them a part of the campaign for Swachhta. Such campus policy, this is the most important part of this policy. The stakeholders are to be involved in drafting a policy document covering sustainable use for resources on campus and responsible management based. The identified faculty can assist in this process with inputs from the identified students team. Once the document is finalized, all resident staff, private business students on the campus need to be continuously encouraged to adhere to each of the policy components. स्वच्छ कैंपस पॉलिसी का सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है दिस स्वच्छ कैंपस पॉलिसी नीड टू कंटेंट द फॉलोइंग sanitation hygiene policy, water conservation policy, rain water harvesting policy, waste management policy, energy conservation policy, greening policy, student activity policy. तो इन सभी पॉलिसीज के माध्यम से हम स्वच्छता को बढ़ावा देंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट बी implement or execute to action plan, selection of Swachh team, activities on social media, orientation of Swachh student team, mapping the campus, survey and ground uh, uh, truthing, identifying areas for immediate action, planning interventions, education and awareness, uh, implementation of Swachh campus. uh, और इसके बाद रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग एंड सुपरविजन कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस है, सो दैट इज वाई इट इज आल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. एनालिसिस एंड एक्शन प्लान, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स स्वच्छ केंद्र, रिपोर्टिंग फीडबैक एंड रिव्यू, improving the program, presentation, celebration of achievements, identify best performer and reward them, review and improve. अ, इसके बाद देर आर वेरियस सैम्पलिंग. इसका आप जानते हैं कि अभी हमने अक्रॉस द पूरे कंट्री के लिए हम ये प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि प्रत्येक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो स्वच्छ कैंपस है, जिस जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस है वो स्वच्छता को अपना रहा है, कैंपस को साफ सुथरा कर रहा है, और ये जो क्राइटेरिया अभी हमने आपसे डिस्कस किया है उसको ठीक से उसका बैलेंस बना पा रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए हम भी देर आर वेरियस स्कीम्स हम चला रहे हैं और उसमें अवार्ड्स वगैरह के प्रोविजंस हैं. तो जैसे कि इसमें जो क्राइटेरिया है इसका कुछ पॉइंट मैक्सिमम जो स्कोर कर सके वो फिक्स किया है. सैनिटेशन हाइजीन के 200, वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट 100, वाटर मैनेजमेंट 100, ग्रीनरी 100, एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन 100, टोटल 600 इसमें शामिल किया गया है. उसके बाद इनको माइन्यूटली लेवल पे, जैसे हम सैनिटेशन एंड हाइजीन की बात करते हैं, तो इसको और थोड़ा माइन्यूटली डिवाइड किया गया है. इस क्राइटेरिया को थोड़ा बढ़ाया गया है. यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं जैसे कि फिजिकल अपीयरेंस में आप देखोगे ओवरऑल एम्बिशंस ऑफ वॉशरूम फैसिलिटीज, एडुकेसी ऑफ टॉयलेट, जेंडर बैलेंस ऑफ टॉयलेट, disabled friendly toilet, water taps and sanitation, plumbing, advocacy conditions and mobility. तो ये सब चीज़ें हमें इन चीज़ों को बड़ा अच्छे से देखना है. तो ये सारा इसमें बड़े विस्तार से यू कैन सी, यू कैन परसीव कि इनको अलग अलग जो क्राइटेरिया है वो बांटा गया है. इसी तरह सेग्रीगेशन ऑफ सॉलिड वेस्ट, collection of solid waste, reuse, recycling of solid waste, disposal of solid waste, waste management, biomedical waste management as per rule. और इस तरह से इसको डिवाइड किया गया है. रीयूज एंड रिसाइकलिंग को फिर 35 पॉइंट्स में डिवाइड किया गया है. उसके बाद आप देखोगे कि वाटर यूज जो कैंपस स्कोर का एक फॉर्मेट बनाया है कि वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी है तो 10 पॉइंट मिलेंगे, ठीक ढंग से वाटर यूज हो रहा है 10 पॉइंट, वाटर क्वालिटी के 10 नंबर, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग 30 नंबर, रिसाइकलिंग यदि कोई करता है पानी की तो वहाँ भी आप देखोगे कि 30 है. कैंपस इनिशिएटिव और इस तरह से टोटल 100. तो ये कुछ हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज फॉर स्वच्छ कैंपस. फ्रेंड्स यू नो वेरी वेल कि जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन नीड टू, उनको क्या काम करने की आवश्यकता है. मेक अनरिमिटिंग एफर्ट्स थ्रू फैकल्टी, स्टाफ एंड स्टूडेंट टू मेक द स्वच्छ भारत इनिशिएटिव सक्सेसफुल. Need to build consensus of the need for Swachhta on campus with students, administration, faculty and other internal as well as external stakeholders. Need to build a consciousness on the need of Swachhta on campus with village residents, village administration, Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and other internal as well as external stakeholder institutions like school, self-help groups, health centers, village banks, पंचायत. तो ये सभी इसके एक बड़े इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है कि जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं इनको इसमें इनके माध्यम से बहुत बेहतर तरीके से वो करेंगे. आफ्टर इट यू कैन सी responsibilities of such campus. Need to facilitate design of specific interventions for making the campus and neighborhood switch clean and green by following best availability standard and accepted parameters. Need to monitor the existing Swachhta management in the campus with participation and transparency. Involved in all aspects of exploring, surveying, fact finding, recording, planning, taking actions and monitoring Swachhta activities, including all relevant stakeholders, citizen, student, team, other, their teachers, relevant stakeholder में ये सब आ गया. Village leader apart from administrative officials concerned in both campus and the village. Higher education institutions are the way forward. Dear friends, you know very well, a green campus, it may be school, institutions, college, or university, is no longer a fad, but a clean Monday in India and several other progressive nations where environmental awareness is gone by the day. In a simple term, a green campus to make environmental awareness and action an integral part of the life and ethos of these administrating, learning and teaching in school, college, and university. Sustainable development of campus involve much more than simply reduce the impact our campus has no surrounding with environment. We must strive to cultivate a robust community that's for the well-being of everyone who passes through our portals, even as we pursue our broader mission of research and teaching. ये इसका एक बड़ा important aspect है साथियों. After it you can see studied and concerted efforts are required by the campus in one or more of the areas uh, impending on environment, either sequentially or simultaneously for campus to attain the coveted green status that present is referred as Swachh campus under the lens of Swachh Bharat mission. The overchanging goal of this program Swachhta, regardless of whatever steps are adopted specifically on each campus. The activities taken up will also allow experiential learning for students of higher education institution and the deliverable will also active involvement in the implementation of Swachhta program both in campus and in village. World over, the trend is it inter alia adopted cycling for local transparent water harvesting, biodiversity and solar energy to make campus eco-friendly, green and self-sustainable. India too is the in the race. We have a lot to do and the time is now. इट मीन्स अभी हमें इस फील्ड में बहुत कार्य करने की आवश्यकता है क्योंकि दीज आर द very new initiatives on the behalf of government of India. Although some abhiyan and campaigns are going on from the past period, but we can see now what is the conditions of the our institution across the country कि उनमें वो स्वच्छता कितना है क्या है वो कितना कम्युनिटी के लिए कर पा रहे हैं. सो दैट इज वाई इट इज नीडेड दैट कमिटमेंट और डेडिकेशन के साथ इस चीज को हम बहुत अच्छे से करें. दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट. इसके साथ साथ हम वी कैन सी कि दो सबसे जो बड़ा एस्पेक्ट है बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है साथियों. वी कैन इमेजिन क्या कि अभी अभी हमारे कंट्री में बहुत इस क्षेत्र में कार्य करने की आवश्यकता है. तो ये हमने डिस्कस किया स्वच्छ कैंपस पे। एज पर द डिस्कशन, एज पर द हम इस चीज को थोड़ा जानने का प्रयास कर रहे थे कि जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं उनका रोल कितना हो सकता है स्वच्छता में। देखिए, जैसा कि हमने हमने इस पीपीटी के माध्यम से अभी हमने जो डिस्कस किया, तो इसके डूल डबल सिस्टम है इसका साथियों। एक तो जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है उसमें वो ये है कि चैरिटी बिगेन्स एट होम। चैरिटी बिगेन्स एट होम मीन्स जो स्वच्छता एक्टिविटीज है वो हमें अपने कैंपस से स्टार्ट कर दी है। कैंपस से स्टार्ट करने का सबसे बड़ा जो बेनिफिट हमें जो मिलता है, जो सबसे बड़ा हमें जो बेनिफिट जो हमें मिलता है वो ये है कि हम बच्चों में ये वैल्यूज इंकलकेट कर पाते हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात है कि हमारे जो विद्यार्थी हैं, जो रिसर्च स्कॉलर है, जो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के विद्यार्थी हैं, डिप्लोमा के जो विद्यार्थी हैं, वो ये वैल्यूज इंकलकेट करते हैं इन सभी का। दिस इज द फर्स्ट। आफ्टर आफ्टर इट वी कैन सी कि जब हम कम्युनिटी अप्रोच करते हैं स्वच्छता के रिगार्डिंग, तो ये आप देख सकते हैं कि कम्युनिटी में हम बहुत कुछ प्रैक्टिकली लर्न करते हैं। और वो जो कम्युनिटी है वो कम्युनिटी का भी इस चीज को रियलाइज करता है कि हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, उनका उद्देश्य ये नहीं है कि हमें वो आकर के हमारे गांव में सफाई करेंगे, बल्कि वो जानते हैं कि ये जस्ट लाइक ए मॉडल। जैसे हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हाथ में झाड़ू उठाया, तो प्रधानमंत्री जी पूरे राष्ट्र की सफाई नहीं करने वाले, वो एक आइडियल है कि भाई कोई आदमी कितना भी बड़ा है उसे साफ सफाई करनी चाहिए। तो जो कम्युनिटी के जो लोग हैं वो इस चीज को जानने का प्रयास करेंगे फ्रेंड्स कि भाई ये जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस के लोग हमारे यहाँ करके साफ सफाई की जो बात करते हैं, तो क्यों नहीं हम खुद ही अपने यहाँ साफ सफाई की शुरुआत करें। तो ये एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है। दूसरा, उनमें वैल्यूज इनकलकेट होगा, एक इस तरह का एटमोस्फेयर डेवलपमेंट होगा, और विलेजर्स है वो जो कम्युनिटी है वो इस चीज में अवेयर करेगी। इसी के साथ आप यू कैन से फैसिलिटेट design of specific institutions for instructions for making the campus clean and green by following international standard and expected parameters monitor। तो ये सब चीजें हमने जैसे अभी डिस्कस किया है, तो इन चीजों को हमें देखना है। और वी विल ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट जो जितना भी हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन है, हमें ये प्रयास करना है कि हमारे कैंपस को क्लीन एंड ग्रीन करके और डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज के माध्यम से हम कम्युनिटी इंगेजमेंट करेंगे, कम्युनिटी को ये मैसेज देंगे, कम्युनिटी को हम ये एक तरह से नॉलेज देंगे, कम्युनिटी को हम ये बताने का प्रयास करेंगे कि आप इसके बड़े इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेक होल्डर हैं और आप अपनी कम्युनिटी को बहुत बेहतर से बेहतर करने का प्रयास करें। हम उनको टेक्नोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट दे सकते हैं, मोरल सपोर्ट दे सकते हैं, अवेयरनेस सपोर्ट दे सकते हैं। तो दीज आर ऑन द माई साइड। और इसके साथ साथ साथियों में एक चीज और ऐड करना चाह रहा हूँ कि वाटर जो मैनेजमेंट है, इट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट ऑफ द स्वच्छता। हम अपने कैंपस में ग्रीनरी को वाटर मैनेजमेंट के माध्यम से डेवलप कर सकते हैं। वेस्टेज वाटर, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग करें, पानी का जो वेस्टेज होने से हम उस सबको बचाएं। तो ये भी इसका एक इम्पोर्टेंट है कि जो जल शक्ति मैनेजमेंट है वो हमें करना है, वाटर मैनेजमेंट करना है, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग करना है, ताकि हम स्वच्छ कैंपस कर सके, ग्रीन कैंपस कर सके। और सरकार का जो इसमें जितनी भी एक्टिविटी जो चल रही है उनको हम बहुत बेहतर तरीके से कर सके। इन्हीं सब बातों के साथ आप सभी विद्वान साथियों का मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि आपने बड़ा एक्टिवली और बड़े डेडिकेशन कमिटमेंट से आप सभी इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। थैंक यू मैडम जी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
A very good afternoon to everyone. I, Ishita Goyal from MSc Biotechnology final year, regard this as an honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. And on behalf of organizing committee, students, and on my own behalf, I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks A very hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Shatrughan Bhadwaj sir for taking his precious time out and inspiring us. The way he explained the importance of cleanliness and hygiene in higher educational campus in Swachhta was exemplary. I am sure, sir, everyone present here will have a lot to take away from the speech. I would like to express our profound gratitude to our chairman, Sir Shri Arvind Gupta ji, for his constant motivation to conduct such events. I would like to thank our principal ma'am, Dr. Shelja Pant, for her support and guidance. I am happy to express a vote of thanks to our IT support team for the technical arrangements. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to learn. Once again, I thank you all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you.